besties. Welcome back to another podcast episode, Nighttime Tea with Key. I am your host, Kiki, best friend you never knew you needed. I will always tell you what you need to hear, not what you want to hear. As you can see, we're not filming this episode at my event space. Unfortunately, I am not feeling the best right now. So I knew driving up there, setting up, decorating, recording, and taking pictures and all of that would have been just a lot on my body right now. And I'm not even going to try to push it that far. But I also still wanted to get a video out there to you guys, so here we are. Show must go on. My event space is always available for bookings. Of course, you will always be able to reach out to me directly or just follow the link that will be linked in below. You will be able to book your events with me, or if you want, you can record your next podcast episode at my event space. First episode will be complimentary. After that, gotta charge you. Gotta make money here. So, enough of the intro. Let's get down to the topic of the week. Nelly and Ashanti really got y'all in a chokehold, don't they? With this spinning the block kind of bullshit going on. And the reason why I say it's bullshit, well, their relationship's not bullshit. Do whatever makes you happy. I'ma just say that. This has nothing to do with them. This has everything to do with me. Okay? I personally think spinning the block is bullshit. Okay? I do not spin the block. In case you was wondering, I have yet to meet a nigga who I've dealt with in the past, who popped back in my life some way, somehow. And I think, you know what? Maybe I overreact. No. Everyone I've dealt with in the past, if we are done, we are done. Like, I'm only in Deluluville for one nigga at a time. And when that one nigga get on my nerves, like, well, not even get on my nerves. When I'm fed up, I'm fed up. I'm that one, okay? And a lot of niggas, they don't even believe you or believe me until it's too late. Once they blocked. And then I'm the type of person, once you blocked, you blocked. I'm not unblocking you. It's a federal offense, in my opinion. You're blocked, you're blocked. Get the fuck on. Leave me alone. Like, I don't got time for that shit. Me personally, I don't. Now, I will say, me being an open-minded person, I will say there are instances or certain cases or, whatever you want to call it, scenarios where I do feel like spinning the block will be worth it for other people. Because I do still feel like, I'm in my late 20s, well, 27. And I feel like at this age, you're still finding yourself. You still are growing. You're still healing. So I feel like, how can I say this? So I feel like if you stop dealing with a person because of like communication issues, I feel like that's something that you could have worked on over the years. And then, now that you're back, we can finally just communicate. That's something that I would consider worth spending the block on. If, maybe we were just really young. Like I said, I'm 27. So maybe if I dealt with a guy when I was like 15 and he popped back up in my life and he's grown, he's mature, he, like I said, he can communicate now. That's something worth spending the block on. Do I have that? No. Oh, shit. That's what I get for talking shit. That's exactly what I get for talking shit. I almost burnt the hair on my fucking nose with that one. But, anyway. No, that's what I'm saying, though. Like, I personally have yet to deal with a guy where I saw that it was worth giving it a second chance. Now, there's a few niggas, men. I gotta stop trying to say that. There's a few men that I've been around. Because I can't even say I dealt with these men. That I've been around. That I do think about giving a chance. And the reason why I can't really consider it spinning the block, because I never dealt with them. And then we stopped it. It was one of those things where it's like, I don't even want to take that chance. But, a couple years later, you see the growth in some people, and it's just like, I didn't want to give you a chance a couple years ago, but now that you standing on business, you doing your thing, we might can work something out. But that's as jiggy as it get with me. Like, All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and do a little story time. There was a guy, we were cool. I used to work with him. We used to talk every single day. I used to love this man, actually. He will never know. Hopefully he don't watch this because he will never know. I used to love this man. We talked every day. We used to work together. Really comfortable around him. I feel like he was one of the few people I could count on my one hand that I can really just be myself around as far as the opposite sex. Like, that's not just a friend, you know. I can really be myself around them. Like I said, I can be my goofy self. I can be my little ratchet self sometimes. I can be, you know, angry. Like, my attitudes don't phase them. I feel like, let me just say that. If you dealing with a man and you got a little bit of an attitude problem and that shit just don't phase him at all, he'll just be looking at you like, you fucking crybaby. I don't know why that is so attractive. But men, let me tell you, that is an attractive trait. Okay, if like I said, my little spoiled brat phases don't phase you, that's attractive, and it never phased him. So I actually did like this man, have a crush on this man, all of that. I just also never really gave it a chance because we were friends, and this man used to tell me the shit he used to do to women. So I friend zoned him in my head, and I think the fucked up thing about it is I feel like I friend zoned him to the point where he can't get out of the friend zone. Like you're a friend now. If that mean, like, I don't know if it's just me, but like, I don't fuck my friends. If we are friends, we are friends. And if I friend zoned you, I friend zoned you. I can't not unfriend zoned you, if that makes sense. I'm trying to make sense here. Bear with me. Crazy thing is, I'm not even drunk. Cause like I said, I'm not really feeling. I probably shouldn't even be smoking hookah, but it is what it is. I'm doing it. Hang me. But once I friend zone you, and it's really, really hard to get out of the friend zone. And even though, congratulations to him, like I said, I'll give credit where credit is due. He is doing really well now. He's not, you know, according to him, he didn't slow it down. He ain't no hoochie no more. And you know, the world loves a reformed whore. We love a reformed whore. You know why? Because they got experience. You ain't got to teach them much. If anything, you just got to bring out the freak in them. You know, because I feel like every man is a little bit of a freak. It just takes that right female to, like, get it out of them. Other than that, everyone loves a reformed whore. And he was a whore. He was a whore. He don't want to admit it, but like I said, we were friends. And he used to tell me what he used to do. He's a whore. And he got a foot fetish. He gonna be mad as shit when he see that. He got a foot fetish. And I ain't gonna say no names. If you know, you know. But every now and then I do think about giving him a chance. But it just scares me because it's just like, I know who you used to be. If that's even who you used to be. You know, I know who you can be. And you can be very ruthless sometimes. You can be very careless sometimes. And I just cannot get over that as of right now. Hopefully one day I'll be able to, you know, put on my big girl panties and just, you know, go with the person that makes me happy and comfortable. As of right now, I feel like I just can't see myself doing it. But that's it with that one. There is actually another person that me and him, again, we used to be really close. I had a lot of, let me not say it like that. I was about to say, I had female friends while I was in a relationship, but we were all just friends. I really honestly kept it so platonic with everybody. There's another guy, he's the older one. He's older than me, at least like 10 years older than me. And again, when I say I had the biggest crush on this man, I'm ready to admit I had the biggest crush on this man. He wore the same cologne as my ex and everything. It was bad. Like, I think that's what it was. I feel like people don't really acknowledge certain triggers. Like, anytime I smell that cologne on him, it automatically just make one to melt. In case you are wondering, it's YSLY. You wear YSLY around me, I will automatically, like, just fall into your arms. It wouldn't even, no questions asked. We might as well get married at that. Let me not say that. Let me not get people ideas. We ain't gonna do that. But no, all honesty, had the biggest crush on this man. Like I said, he was at least 10 years older than me. Cool as shit. He's another person where I can really just be all of myself. Like, crazy, calm, cute, like everything. I could tell this man every single thing about me. I think what fucked up with him was when two things. One, I realized how much of a freak he was. Like, once I became single and he started telling me certain things, I never ran into a man that I was scared to have sex with. You know those men where it's like, you throw shit out there just to see what they say. You be like, hey, how you feel about a threesome? Let's do it. How you feel about tying me up? Let's do it. Okay. How you feel about eating peanut butter out my ass? Let's do it. It's like, whoa, like you just have no. Okay. How you feel about spanking me? Let's do it. Oh, okay. You wanted them. You wanted them. Yeah, I'm not. No, not even. You want to wear my ass out. Okay. When I tell you that man would have me somewhere shaking like this if I ever was to have sex with, it would be so fucking bad. Like, I'm not gonna lie, I ain't never met a man that made me scared to have sex with him, and that he has that trophy. He's the only person that I'm just like, you gonna wear me out, and I'm not even ready for it. I'm telling you, I'm not ready for it. I'm gonna go ahead and be honest with you. Like, I can't keep up with everything that you done said that you wanted to do. You got me fucked up if you think you gonna have me out here fiending and sprung off some old man dick. Like, unless I'm in the wheel, like, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. And then I'm not gonna lie, like, I be insecure dealing with an older man, because, like, again, like me, I start thinking about, like, the women that you've possibly dealt with or deal with or whatever you want to call it. And it's like, the thing with older men is, like, you're dealing with women who are well off in their, mid to late 30s. And they're probably way nastier than I am, way, freakier than I am. Body probably a little built way better than mine. And it's just like, I don't want to even, Like I said, you not about to have me out here crazy and insecure over these cougars. Well, they wouldn't be cougars for him because they'll be in his age group. But again, like I said, you're 10 years older than me. So you're dealing with women who are 10 years older than me. And even now, like, I still communicate with this guy. I still text this man. We still talk every now and then, but it's just not the same. And I just feel like you were a friend to me when I was in a relationship and I was able to be vulnerable around you. Like, I ugly cried in front of this man and everything. Because, like, when me and my ex, he was there when me and my ex broke up. So when I was going through that, like I said, I ugly cried in front of this man and everything. He gave me advice. He made, he was talking to me. He was really a friend. And then, like, I feel like at some point, and it could be, again, maybe he's older, he's not with the young dumb shit. He's straight to the point of, like, listen, I want to blow your back out. And I'm like, I'm scared. I'm scared. I want to run. If you're not willing to still be my friend, that is fine. You want what you want, I want what I want. Cool. But funny thing about it is, anytime I try to say that, like, hey, we just want two different things, I am ready, for my cuddle bug season, I want to be in a relationship. I miss being in a relationship. I said this before. I miss it. And when I tell him this, he'll be like, okay, you can be my girlfriend. Do you even remember how old I am? Do you even remember how to correctly say my first name? And for those who are wondering why I asked that, my actual name is Karija. Not many people know how to say my first name. So I will always ask them that. Before you even ask me to be your girlfriend, do you even know how to correctly say my name? Like, don't do that. Like, I feel like with him, he kind of playing on my intelligence a little bit, like, or playing on my feelings, or like just playing. Like I said, like, you just sent me however many text messages telling me that you want to fuck me, and that's fine. You're telling me exactly what you want. I'm perfectly fine with that. But when I then tell you I'm not in a space where I just want to have casual sex, now it's okay, be my girlfriend. Then I recently tried to explain to him, like, listen, there was a time where I could actually talk to you. There was a time where I could have a fluent conversation with you and talk to you, be on the phone with you and and it was fine, like it was cool. But now you just want to touch my privates. Like I feel not played, but like bamboozled a little bamboozled. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Maybe it's just me. But even if it is, like I said, to me, we were really, really good friends. And that would have been amazing for a relationship. Eventually, excuse me, eventually I wouldn't have been scared to have sex with him. Eventually I would have gotten over that. And, we would have been probably a really good relationship. I feel like, talk about princess treatment, I definitely could have got princess treatment dealing with that man. Definitely could have got it real easily. Whatever I wanted, he would have made it happen. But this is why, like I said, if he wasn't coming on so strong with that, and I feel like just playing around, that's why I'm not, like I said, spinning the block on it. And these are people, like I said, these are men that, like I said, I can't really say spinning the block on, because I never really took that chance in order to say I'm spinning the block. But for the most part, this is as close to spinning the block I would get. This is as close to, like, men who I've friend zoned in my head that I think about, you know what? Okay, we've been friends long enough. Let's see where this goes. But I usually don't do that. You would really have to be a special person for me to, like I said, friend zoned you, and then all of a sudden realize, you're not that bad of a person. You're just a dickhead and you're dumb. But I can deal with that. Everybody have to pick their poison. And my poison is, you can't be freakier than me. I don't like that. Not even gonna lie. I don't like that. I don't think I want to deal with a man who's on level 500 of being nasty and I'm still at level 250. Can you imagine? Because I feel like that's a lot. That's a lot. I like being, like if I'm at like 250 and you at 200, we can build on that. I can bring you up and then we can go forward. If I'm like I said, if I'm at level 250 and you at 300, that's something where, like, okay, there's a few things I got to get used to, but it's not much. Like I said, when you really willing to, like, tie me up, slap some ice cream on me and then eat it all off and then put some whips and some chains and spank and, do the candle wax and all of that all at once, that's a lot. And like I said, you want to have me out here, like, it's fiending, and I don't want that. Okay? If your dick gonna have me outside your window with a boombox apologizing and trying to get you to come back to me, I don't want it. I'm sorry. You can keep it. You can fucking keep it, because I want to keep my sanity. I want to keep my peace. Like, I don't want it. Okay? Keep it to yourself. Please keep it to yourself. And give it to the grown-ass woman who can handle that. Because I can't. I can't. And is this why men don't really be 100% honest at first? Because, like I said, he was really honest with me. He told me what he wanted. It was no questions asked. I knew exactly what he wanted to do to me. And I declined. I'm okay. And it's like, if he wasn't so like, yeah, I want to flip you over, wipe it down, and blow your back out, I probably would have been in a cuckoo house by now somewhere. I probably would have walked right into that lion's den, blind as shit, not knowing what the fuck I'm getting myself into. Not knowing what the fuck I'm getting myself into. And maybe that's why. Because like I said, when y'all really honest with what y'all want, y'all don't get what y'all want. Like, y'all don't. And that's okay. Well, I don't know. I mean, I don't know how to really... You know what? I should have had a man. I'm going to revisit this topic, and I'm going to have a male guest host. Y'all should start commenting some guest hosts, too, who, if you want to be on my podcast. I'll try to figure out how I can do, like a video thing, so you don't have to be, physically in the same room. Or maybe being physically, together is better. But as of right now, that's probably why y'all don't really be 100% honest about y'all intentions or what y'all want, because y'all be wanting some fucked up ass shit. Y'all be wanting y'all cake and eat it too. And it's like, for real, if you treat me right, you be good, we can be good. And it don't even have to be like a one night stand kind of a thing. It can be a continuous thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I'm happy and I like you and I fuck with you, why wouldn't I spread my legs to you? If I like you, I was like, why wouldn't I do that? But y'all just be, y'all want what y'all want. And it's fucked up because men, I feel like y'all really don't grow until 85. And like, really, 85. But that's a whole different topic for a whole different day because, um, oof. Other than that, though, like I said, that's how I feel about spinning the block. I have yet to run into somebody that's worth spinning the block on. And reasons that I feel like you should spin the block on somebody, loyalty reasons is not one of them. I'm not even gonna lie. Me personally, I can very much sexually discipline myself to only have sex with one person. So I'm not budging on that. That's something I'm standing 10 toes on. If you cheat on me, or you start being disloyal, you start moving funny, you start being sneaky, it ain't happening, bro. I'm not doing that because I'm not a sneaky person. I'm not a cheater. I'm not a liar. So I'm not dealing with those and another person. But, maybe something like lack of communication, that's something you can work on. That's something you can build on. Not being as romantic, that's something I can, work on, build on. You know what I'm saying? You can teach a person how to love you. You can't teach a person how to be loyal to you, in my opinion. So anything where it's like you wasn't as romantic, you wasn't as soft or something like that, like maybe you mishandled me, you treated me a little rough, if that makes sense. But you know what I'm saying, like those are things that I feel like if somebody was to pop back up in my life and I seen that he worked on those things like that, I would spin a block on him. As of right now, I have yet to run into somebody in that category. I'm not spinning a block on nobody that, like I said, cheated on me, lied to me, did me dirty, or just made me feel like I just wasn't worth the chance. Like, I'm not spinning on block on nobody like that. I do not care for cutting motherfuckers off. You should ask about me, okay? Don't give a fuck. But that's how I feel about that. To get on to the next segment, here's our Reddit reading, our Reddit story for the night. I'm only reading Reddit stories because y'all are not sending me your personal stories that y'all want me to talk about. You can send me your stories. I'll leave the number in the description so that way you can text me or, call me, leave a voicemail. Your stories so I can talk about them and I can leave Reddit the hell alone, even though they do be having some good juicy stories on here, like the one I'm gonna talk about tonight. All right, so to get into the Reddit, it says just off the heading, it says, my husband drunkenly admitted he only settled for me because his first choice was unavailable. Now, before I even get into the actual story of it, let me just say that right there is my worst fear in a marriage. I'm not gonna lie. A marriage, a relationship, or anything, connection, whatever you want to call it. That is my worst fear, to have another man say, I settled for you. I think I would rather catch him in bed with a man. I would that's like the worst thing you can say to a person. Married at that. You settled for me, bitch? Like, who's the bitch who's your first option? I would immediately want to know who this woman is. I would want to meet this woman. Me personally. I would want to see, because I need to see. Like, because then my mom would wonder, like, well, what did she look like? How does she act? How does she sound? How does she walk? How does she dress? How does she smell? Like, what was it? What was it? Did she put her finger in your ass? Like, I need to know. I want to meet this woman. I need to see for myself, because I need answers. I'm the type of person where, like, if my questions don't get answered, my mind is going to continue to go, and I'm going to create some crazy ass scenarios where it's just like, you might as well just answer the questions and tell me the truth so I don't go off the deep end with my fucking scenarios. But see, again, that's what I get for talking shit. Oh. Not the point. As suggested by commenters, blah blah blah, I told my husband about what he said last week while drunk, and I asked him if he was serious. He brushed it off and said it isn't how he feels, and he doesn't have any feelings for his ex. I asked him if he'd be willing to go to a session for 2 of marriage counseling. He told me that I was overreacted and it's ridiculous to get counseling for some random comment he made while drunk. He's outright refusing to get marriage counseling on the principle. I asked him not to go to the wedding. Oh my God. So his ex is getting married and he's going to the wedding? I feel like unless your ex is a family friend or something like that, I wouldn't go to the wedding. And I wouldn't invite them to the wedding. But then again, as I just said, I'm not really cool with anybody I used to fuck with. So, I don't know how that feels to be cool with somebody I laid down with. But, Anyway, I asked him not to go to the wedding because I was worried he'd get drunk again and or do say something stupid in front of his ex. He said he's not going to miss his friend's wedding. His friend's wedding? So he's friends with the bitch? Oh, hell. Why is he still alive? He said he's not going to miss his friend's wedding. He totally dismissed my concerns and said he won't get drunk and he doesn't feel that way, so he won't say anything like that. I mean, but you're telling him not to go as if you can't go with him. Like, don't weddings usually have a +1? So, is he, like, making a demand that you don't go? Because then that would be weird. Like, if y'all go to the wedding, y'all should go to the wedding. Y'all should go to the ex wedding, not just him. I'm okay, whatever. He says the only reason he got so drunk at the bachelor party is because everyone was doing shots, which he doesn't usually do. So he didn't really know his limit with that. He denied it when I asked if he got drunk because he was upset about his ex getting married. She's asking the right questions. That I wouldn't even have thought to ask that question. He basically responded in the exact worst way. He could have. He totally dismissed my concerns and acted like I was in the wrong for reading too much into some things he said while drunk. A drunk mind speaks a sober tongue, so... He says I'm being paranoid because of my insecurity, and admittedly, I've had problems with self-esteem in the past. This is his ex. This is not no random Starbucks bitch. If this was a Starbucks bitch your ex said, oh, I wish I could have sex with her, I would have probably been like, okay, don't be dramatic. She works at Starbucks. But this is his ex. And yeah, he probably... I'm not going to my ex bachelorette party, bachelor party, the wedding. I'm not going to any of that for an ex. This is the first time in our relationship I'm wondering if he's actually lying to me. Oh, I can't tell if it's because of my insecurity issues or because I have a gut feeling. That gut don't be lying. That gut don't be lying. Listen to it. If you got a gut feeling that, go to the wedding. If he's telling you that, he can go to the wedding and, not be worried or whatever the case, or you're worried about him going to the wedding and doing something stupid, go with him. Go with him. Why are you talking as if you're not invited to the wedding? Like, I don't know. I feel like this could be settled with just going to the wedding. But anyway, let me continue. I can't tell if it's because of my insecurity issues or because I have a gut feeling. I don't know what to do. A few people suggested leaving him, but that's very much a last resort, and I think it would be an overreaction right now. Because I don't even know if he's lying about his drunk comment or if it meant nothing. Or if it means anything. My bad. We have 3 kids together, and I just know a divorce would be devastating to him and the kids. And most importantly, I do love him, and it would break my heart to no longer be with him. She's in love. Oh, it would be stupid to end a marriage over this. If it really didn't mean anything. But he's being so dismissive of my concerns, refusing to go to marriage counseling, and insisting he's still going to the wedding. There's just no winning for you here, huh? It might be just because of my insecurity, but I don't know if I can let this go, and I think it will always be in the back of my mind. Ooh, girl. That was a lot. No, it wasn't. It was really straight to the point. Your husband got drunk. I kind of want want to know what was the conversation that made him say that, because it sounds like he got drunk at the bachelor party and then came home and said it. Which, if that's the case, again, like, to me, that points to he meant that, because that was on his mind on the drive home. He ain't drunkenly say that to, like, one of the, men at the bachelor party, and then, like, one of them called you and said, hey, you heard what Mark said? Like, men wouldn't do that anyway. But, just saying, it sounds like, to me, he meant that. Drunk mind speaks a sober tongue. He told you he settled for you. And he's going to the wedding of the person he wished he could have married. Like, I don't know. So, I was reading one of the comments. I'm sorry, my mind went blank. I damn near forgot I was recording for a second. So, one of the comments do say, no, you're not being paranoid because of your insecurities. You're being paranoid because of your husband and the father of your children told you that he wished he didn't marry you, but waited for his ex. Where did you read that at? Where you read that at? Where did you read? Damn. Unless this is like an update post, that's fucked up. And like I said, this is actually my worst fear. So let's just break it down real quick. First of all, I do, for some reason, agree with to me, this isn't something worth leaving him immediately for. Immediately. I do feel like, how can I say? I do feel like this is something that can be talked about if he's ever comfortable talking about it. And then if he eventually is not comfortable talking about it, and if you still, like I said, couple months later, still can't get over it, he's still not trying to talk about it, then maybe talk about, okay, like, I can't be in a relationship knowing that you wish you were with somebody else. I do feel like, and this seems like one of those conversations that two people, an uncomfortable conversation that two people need to eventually be comfortable with having. The woman needs to be comfortable with hearing how another female made your husband happy. That is uncomfortable. And that's hard to hear. Like, I'm saying it, but, like, in reality, that's something that would be very hard to hear. Because, like I said, you are listening to your husband explain how, like I said, another woman out there made him happier than what he is with you. But that's also, depending on the reasons, that's something that, again, can be talked about and worked on and potentially fixed. Like, it could be something as small as, you know what, I don't fucking know, her cooking was better. Like, men are actually really simple. So sometimes the most, like I said, dramatic reason in our minds be really simple in theirs. It literally can be something as simple as she cooked better. She wanted to go out to the bars with him. You never wanted to go out. It could be something like she dressed a certain way and you don't dress like her. It can literally be something as simple as that. To me, I'm not gonna lie, that's stuff you can kind of work on. He had more fun, more adventures with her. That's something that can be worked on. That's something where, like, okay, just go out with him more. I feel like I wish I had more context on, like I said, like, what was it about this woman that made you just so in love with her, that made you wait, that made you think that you made the wrong decision? What is it? That's something that's very uncomfortable, but you have to talk about it, especially if this is a marriage. If this was something where she was just dating this guy and there's no kids, no marriage, they're not living together, fine. Leave him. You want to go be with that other bitch, you think the grass is greener, go to hell on. But marriage, kids, living together, 9 times out of 10, you're financially tied to each other. There's a lot goes on when, he got drunk and he just said something out of being drunk. And he meant it. Oh, he meant it. And since he said it, he has to pay for the consequences of getting too drunk and saying how you really feel. Maybe marriage counseling is too intense for him. So you're going to have to figure out a way to get it out of him some other way. But to me, I feel like a conversation needs to be had before you really decide to leave him. And I feel like if he really don't want to talk about this, really is dismissive of your feelings, then eventually, just go ahead and leave. Because I've been there before. And this is why I'm saying, like, I never had someone tell me they settled for me, but I've been there before where I've expressed myself, expressed my feelings, and I've, tried to communicate with somebody, and I just feel like I'm just going around in circles. I'm just talking to myself. And if I'm going to talk to myself, I might as well be single. Might as well just be by myself. There's no point in being in a relationship with somebody and still feeling like I'm not being heard. And still feeling like, okay, me telling you I'm not okay with you doing this. Because let's just face it, men can't dish out. Men can't take what they dish out. And if she was to say something like, oh, I might still be in love with my ex, he would have left her ass. Because men are just that territorial. And it is what it is. Like, it's a double standard we're just going to have to live with. Men are that territorial. If she would have said, oh, I still think about my ex, I'm going to my ex wedding and you're not coming with me, he would have left her ass. He would have left her ass. And I still think she need to find a way to go to this wedding. Because to me, it sounds like you didn't go to the bachelor party. Understandable, that's all males. But the wedding, go to that wedding. Go to the wedding. And it sounds like this female is a friend, which means you have access to this female. I would talk to her. I'm not, and not even on some, oh, bitch, you took my man, or like nothing crazy, nothing rah-rah, but just talk to her. Have a conversation with her. Listen, I think my man, I wouldn't admit that, actually. I start the conversation off some way other than that. I'm not admitting that shit. I'll be damned if I tell another bitch, oh yeah, my man, I think he still likes it. I'll be damned. I would rub my pussy with dry ice before I admit that shit. Like, my man like another female. She would never hear it from me. I tell you that fucking much. But definitely have a conversation with him. And I do feel like, and this is in general, it sounds like he might not be happy, which happens in a marriage, and you just got to figure out how and why, why he's not unhappy, and then how you can fall in love together again. I feel like that's what people forget in a marriage. When you get married, yeah, eventually you might just look at this motherfucker like you're annoying as shit. But then you have to figure out a way to, once again, fall in love with this person a second time, a third time, a fourth time. And, like, that's beautiful. Like, if you can really fall in love with somebody, the same person, multiple times over and over, that is a beautiful situation. And I'm all for that. But then again, I'm a hopeless romantic. So, I don't know. It could be that. But, yeah. Drag his ass to counseling. Tell him you ain't going to give him no ass for 3 months if he don't go to. Actually, it's normal to go months without sex in marriages for some reason. Girl, that's all I got to say for you. I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna say it one more time just to quickly recap it. If your husband admitted that he settled for you and that he's now gone to his ex wedding, the person he wished he would have, been with instead of you, that's a conversation that needs to be had on both ends. You need to be open to why he still may or may not have feelings, but he also needs to be open. He also needs to be open to admit to why he may still have these feelings. And understand that at the end of the day, you did make the conscious decision of marrying your current wife and getting her pregnant 3 separate times, moving her in, and spending however many years in a marriage with her. Okay? Maybe in the back of his head, he did always think, you know what? My ex would get over whatever I did to her and she'll come back. Because again, men really do think that too. They think that, okay, she'll get over it 15 years from now. No. I give women Ashanti done fucked that up. I was about to say, I give women a couple months. Usually, if they're not back within a couple of months, I don't know what to tell you. They're not coming back. They're not coming back unless you change. So talk about that. And society as a whole, if you're not willing to talk about why if you're not willing to talk about how to make your partner happy when they are unhappy, then don't even be in a relationship. Because your partner is not going to be happy 110% of the time. There's going to be times where, like I said, they're going to look at you and want to put a pillow over your face. And you have to be willing to be open-minded to have those conversations and talk about how y'all can, like I said, fall in love again. It's not going to be easy. It's very uncomfortable. And this is coming from a person where, like I said, I don't like to be told, you're not happy. Like, my initial reaction would be like, well, get the fuck on. But even I have to realize, okay, if this is someone I truly love and I do not want to lose them, I have to fix my ways. Or, like I said, this person's going to walk out the door. And that's why I said eventually you should probably think about leaving him. Because if you're continuously telling him, okay, continuously telling him that this has made you feel uncomfortable, this has made you not trust him, this has made you feel like, however you feel, and he just keep brushing off, keep dismissing it, keep brushing it off, then you need to bring up, okay, if you don't want to talk about this, then I don't need to talk to you at all. And even that's easier said than done. Again, we're talking about a marriage. We're not talking about a little boyfriend, girlfriend. We're not talking about just dating. We're talking about a marriage with 3 kids involved. It's going to be hard, but you got to pick your poison too. If you're okay with, having your feelings dismissed, then okay, be okay with that. That's all I can say. Like, if you're okay with having your feelings dismissed, be okay with it. Because nobody's in a relationship but you. Nobody's laying next to him but you. And if you are okay with the decision you made, then you're going to have to be okay with it. I see why you posted this on Reddit too. Because if you posted this on Reddit instead of telling your friends, because let me tell you, my friends would have been at that bitch's wedding knocking everything the fuck over. Everything would have been ruined. Fuck this bitch, fuck this shit, fuck him, fuck the wedding. Everything would have been knocked over if it was my friends. So don't tell your friends unless you're ready to leave them, or you ready for the hell that your friends going to give that man and that bitch. Fuck the both of them. But that's all I have for you guys tonight. Okay? Like I said, send me your stories. I can talk about them personally. Please send them anonymously. Because I really don't want to say no names. I mean, unless you want me to say your name. It is what it is. But for the most part, anonymous stories. Confessions. Like I said, stories. If you need advice, let me know. Okay? I'll leave the number link below so you can text me. Like I said, call me. Leave a voicemail. So that way I can read it. Don't call me, expect me to answer, and then you're telling me this. No, leave a voicemail so I can play it and we can talk about this, okay? Again, I'm always willing to work with other podcasters. My event space is always available for bookings. Think that's it. Other than that, until next time, have a good weekend.